Okay, welcome everybody to another edition of the Spirit of Grayskull podcast, presented by He-Man.org. I am Dad at Arms. I'm here with Adam and Ben, and tonight we've got a couple fun topics to discuss. We're gonna we're gonna be talking about the movie. Now that it's on streaming, it hit streaming on the 22nd, on July 22nd, on Prime Video. It's currently, we were just checking it, it's currently at number one for top movies in the US and number two for top overall in the US, including cities and stuff. So we'll be talking about that. And then we're also going to spend a lot of time on San Diego Comic Con that just wrapped over the weekend. A lot of new Masters of the Universe reveals from that convention. So that'll be fun to talk about. So
Cool.
before we get into it, how are you doing?
I'm good. I feel like after there's like this whole storm of the movie this year, which is sort of nonstop news about it. And then the movie was over, and then we had San Diego Comic Con, so we had like these waves of news, and now we're sort of like in the aftermath. So it
Yeah,
seems very quiet now, relatively
yeah, yeah,
speaking.
yeah, definitely. Um, and like we were talking earlier before we hit record, there's still going to be like some comics coming out. There's the 12 issue Genesis comics from Dark Horse. There's also a big uh, manga style uh, series that's going to be they're going to combine that into a graphic novel form, but from what I understand, they're also releasing that as standalone issues as well.
Cool.
And that's from Tokyo Pop. And I believe, from what I understand, that's a movie tie-in for that one. That's based in the movies universe. So there is still a few things, in the pipeline for Masters of the Universe aside from the toys. But as of today, we haven't heard anything official about any movie follow-up or any sequel announcement or anything like that. So,
Gotcha.
Right.
but yeah. So I guess we can go ahead and jump right into it with the movie. Like I said, it is now streaming on Prime Video. That began on July 22nd. It's doing pretty good. It was number one worldwide just the other day. The official Masters of the Universe social accounts were posting about that. But yeah, what we haven't really talked about it yet for this podcast. But what did you guys think of the movie?
I mean, I really liked it. I mean, it was fun. It was entertaining as a full action. Had a, I would give it a high 80s, low 90s score as far as story. I mean, I think it was overall pretty fun. It was a good nostalgia piece. Made you feel like, at least me. I mean, it made me feel like I was living the childhood, watching the playing with the toys, and what I liked about it versus the original is just we had so many characters. I mean, I'd love to see more. But you had Beastman, you had Trapjaw, Triclops, Ram Man, you had Fist, you had everybody. I mean, it was a blast. Was it everybody's perfect movie? Probably not. But for the first take on it, I think they nailed it. I think they did a really good job, and I think that if there's hope for a sequel, I think they can really expand on the universe and really kind of just tie in a lot more characters and maybe not have so much to have the backstory now. They can just jump right into the action and just see what happens. They left some cliffhangers for sure.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking about where how they could go with the sequel, and obviously there's the easy answers like introduce She-Ra into it and kind of do the whole Secret of the Sword thing. I almost feel like that would work better for a third movie. And kind of now that this world has been established and this movie is kind of setting up He-Man himself. It's kind of his origin for this movie. I feel like the sequel, now that it's established and the way the movie ends with them all in their classic costumes and everything, and we see we see He-Man riding on Battle Cat. We hear the classic music from the old 80s cartoon. I almost feel like a second movie should just jump, like you said, just jump right into it and just be a fun classic styled adventure,
Right.
kind of like the old cartoons were,
Sure.
with the heroes doing different things. But kind of more in that classic vein now that they don't have to establish all these, you know, establish all these characters and lore and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, they could really just jump right in, and I mean, even if they just took the 6 or 7 core characters, then you expand, you add another 8, 10 characters throughout whatever adventure they're going on. All of a sudden you can have, really, I mean, really an epic movie if you really want. I mean, depending on what kind of story they put together. But I always thought from day one after watching the end credits, I love the She-Ra reference, but if they're going to do a sequel, I think they should do a He-Man first. I think a She-Ra would be better as a third installment too.
Yeah.
What do you think, Adam?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think they should bring Shira in, but it could be just like sort of like a B plot or something, like not fully go like Secret of the Sword, but like at some point in the movie she gets brought into it, but we don't go like full like evil horde and all of that story until like a third movie. I mean, this is very pie in the sky. We don't know if there's going to be a second movie,
Right.
but yeah, I'd love to. I mean, I want Merman, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of like more of Eternia. I feel like we just got little bits of it. So I if they explore, the Sea of Rakash and the jungles and the mountains and Avion, and they could sort of explore, make it a bigger world this time. I think that'd be great.
Yeah, definitely. Um, yeah. What did you think of the movie, Adam?
So I think I'm probably 8 out of 10 is probably where I'd land as well. I think I like it better after watching it just on my TV at home, because
Mhm.
I feel like there's so much sensory overload in a theater. Like it just sort of washes by you. But like if at home, at least for me personally, I can kind of focus on it and I caught a lot more of the details and what they were doing. Um, and I for whatever reason, some of the jokes, like I still think there's too many, but they didn't bother me as much on multiple reviewings. So yeah, I mean, it's not like if I were in charge, it would have been a different movie, and I'm sure that's the same for most fans. Probably everybody has a different idea of what they would have liked to see, but I think they did a good job. It's a love letter to Masters of the Universe, and it's something that I if you enjoy the Filmation cartoon, there's a lot to love, and I do like the Filmation cartoon.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's kind of where I land too, is somewhere around like a 7.5 to an 8. Uh, but I mean, I do enjoy this movie a lot. It's one of the movies I've watched the most. I saw it a few times in theaters. I've watched it a couple of times at home now that it's streaming. And I still enjoy it. Like I haven't got tired of it yet. And it's just, I think for me, it's just having these characters on screen in such a big bombastic way is really fun. And
Sure.
and it's a feel good movie, like it's not perfect. There's things that I have nitpicks with and things that I probably would change if I was the one in charge. But overall, I do really enjoy it, and I think that's kind of the general consensus from a lot of the fans is that it was a fun movie. It was a good movie. So
I agree, and I just to put one more thing in, I think you got a couple different camps of fans. I think you got the camp that wanted Lord of the Rings, and I think
mm,
you have the camp that wanted purely Filmation. I for the rest of us that are kind of in the middle of limbo, I think that we're okay with whatever they kind of put out. Because I think what Travis Knight did is he kind of took a little bit of everything and tried to merge it all together, which is cool. I mean, look, we got 40 years, almost 45 years now of lore and history, and there's a lot of versions of this. There's a lot of variations. There's comic books. There's movies. The original movie. There's the TV show, the cartoons, and multiple cartoon renewals, and then you got international. You got all the different types of comics and stories that were produced in Germany and England and France and Italy and all these different places. So I think he really did a pretty decent job with what the source material gave him, and he tried to, I think, make it just kind of a one size fits all, but I think there's going to be camps that are always going to be a little disappointed. And I mean, it is what it is. It's like you said, it's not the movie I would have done either, but I I take it for what it is. It's still a fun outing. It's fun to be a part of.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that's exactly what it is. I think the starting kind of the jumping off point was like the Filmation cartoon, because that's the one that everybody knows the best. It's the most, it's the version of Master of the Universe with that has the most common ground for fans and general audiences. And then I think from there, it's just kind of a distillation of different pieces of lore kind of pulled in here and there while still kind of trying to maintain that Filmation focus. And yeah, I mean, but there are, I mean, Masters of the Universe is such a vast universe of these different lore entries that it's always going to be difficult to make everybody happy. For all the people who like Skeletor as the interdimensional demon, there's going to be people disappointed that they didn't bring Keldor into it.
Yeah,
it's just kind of can't please everybody kind of a thing.
yeah. Like even like in the first like 3 years of Masters, there was so many competing canons. There's never been a single unified story. So it's always going to be you have to pick something. You have to go with
Yeah.
something, and then no matter what you pick, you're going to leave somebody out.
Yeah.
How quickly from in the beginning, Adam, I think you'd probably know this answer, but how quickly did it shift from He-Man being a barbarian and Castle Grayskull being kind of the neutral fortress that required the two halves of the power sword to unlock? How quickly did it shift from that idea to Prince Adam using the sword to transform into He-Man to protect the castle?
Pretty fast. So you've got the first four mini comics. They were written in 81, like probably starting like April 81 and throughout the year those were finished. But like right after you get the DC Comics, which starts to introduce Prince Adam. And so DC Comics, they pretty much come out, even though they're started a little bit after, but they start coming out around when the toy line was launching too. So right away, you've got this competing canon that does have Prince Adam. He transforms, but not using the sword. He goes to the Cavern of Power to transform into He-Man. Um, he's not really a barbarian in those. He's more he's associated with the palace. He's a little bit more a little more savage when he's He-Man. He's not like quite the Filmation thing. So you've got like right away you've got these two different worlds: the Don Glut Alcala mini comics, which are very kind of barren and sparse and a little bit more Conan esque, and then the competing DC comics. And then the next year you've got Filmation, so it's very quick evolution. And there's things in between that add different parts of lore that weren't in either of those, like some of the Golden books and the kid stuff books that add different like backstory for where Castle Grayskull came from. So and even then, like it continues to evolve down the road. Like things continue to change. Like you get the Keldor thing sort of hinted at the end of the line. So it can't really be reconciled. You just have to pick canon and go with it.
Yeah.
Pick up.
Yep. Yeah. Uh, so for the movie, what were kind of your favorite? Let's do two things here. I'll ask you each of you to share like one thing that you really liked about the movie and one thing that didn't quite land for you. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Ben, you wanna start us off?
What I loved, I mean, I absolutely loved. First of all, I love the characters, but Trapjaw is my favorite. In my opinion, it was kind of the He-Man and Trapjaw show. I mean, Skeletor was definitely in a lot of it, but Trapjaw had, I don't know, 4 appearances or something in the movie, where Beastman only really had 2. I mean, he had there was a miniature microscopic scene when he's stepping on his head, Skeletor stepping on his head after the Earth scene, but it wasn't until after the far into the final battle when Battle Cat charges in as Cringer, and He-Man's riding him. and that Beast Man has the whip, and then of course you see the silly scene with Critter eating his head or stomping on his head. But Trapjaw was really the fiercest warrior in, as far as I'm concerned, in the as for the bad guys. Skeletor had his comedic moments. They try to do the filmation comedy. I think what didn't land for me was just the timing of the jokes. A lot of times you had a few serious moments that felt good, and you're like kind of anticipating it, and then Skeletor kind of does a kind of thing. And I don't know. I think some of the jokes were just poorly done. Again, I haven't sat and watched it more than a couple times, but nothing particular pops out of my mind. But I don't know. I think timing is everything, especially when you're trying to do something comedic. You could take a Guardians of the Galaxy or Thor Ragnarok, and the movie's serious, but you can laugh through the whole thing.
Right.
And I don't feel like Masters did that, or they didn't hit it right. And that's kind of where I land on it.
Okay. How about you, Adam?
Favorite parts, like I love the first confrontation with Trapjaw where he's sort of learning how to be He-Man.
Yeah.
That I don't know. There's some kind of like a wish fulfillment element to that. It's funny, but he's a serious threat too. Um, I like just the scene where Adam is sent to Earth as a kid by the sorceress. I thought that had some real emotion to it.
Mm-hmm.
The final confrontation at the end where basically you sort of learn like Adam was chosen not because he's like this brute barbarian who's just going to solve everything with fists. He's got compassion. There's more to him than just a fighter. And
Yeah.
but Skeletor kind of forces his hand, and he gives Skeletor a chance, and Skeletor throws it away, and so he has to do what he has to do.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'd say the low point is the prison scene where he's trying to deliver that inspirational speech. I think it needed more work. It was kind of poorly thought out or poorly written or something. It was just it didn't have a good rhythm. It was awkwardly written. So that's the low point for me.
Yeah. Before I give mine, I just kind of want to touch on both, kind of what you guys both said, kind of camp out on that, and feel free to jump in on any of this stuff. I think like to Ben's point, the humor, I agree with you. I think overall, I think Skeletor's humor landed pretty well throughout the movie. I
Sure.
think it's the moments with the Fisto joke being used over and over again
Yeah.
to the point where it just kind of gets tiresome. Um, and then just kind of little moments where the humor just doesn't quite land, and almost kind of feels awkward and
Well, I mean, it feels almost
and
forced. It's like it was
yeah,
like it didn't need to happen. Just let the natural moment happen.
yeah. And where it really bothered me is when it undercuts moments that could have been more emotional or more kind of empowering. And this ties into what you were saying, Adam, about the prison break scene. I think that moment could have been a really good moment to showcase Adam as someone who is also capable, even when he's not He-Man. It could have
Yeah,
utilized him being smart and clever and thinking outside the box the way all these other warriors weren't thinking. I think that's what they were trying to do, but then it's just interjected with way too many jokes of people kind of undercutting what he's trying to do and making
Right.
a joke about it, where they forget what his name is, and they don't understand what he's talking about, when he's asking them how much they can bench and stuff like that, which is fine. Like, I get it. They wouldn't know what that means, but that just means that scene needs to be reworked so that it can work
right. Yeah,
to the effect that they wanted it
yeah,
to be.
exactly.
So,
I
um,
I agree with that.
I guess for me, the high points are definitely, I really do like that early moment, basically from the first transformation of He-Man. Um, that scene is really powerful, no pun intended. Like, it gives you chills and it makes you feel good. And it's like, this is a moment we've wanted to see on, in live action for decades. We
For
never got
years.
it with yeah, we never got it with the '87 film. We never got a transformation sequence. And so it felt really special. And then, like you were saying, Adam, he's kind of learning what he's capable of in that moment. And I like how I can't think of the phrase, but early in the fight when it's Adam versus Trapjaw, you see him trying to push Trapjaw when he charges him and kind of grabs him around the waist, and his feet are just sliding on the floor. And then they flip that once he becomes He-Man. Trapjaw does that to him, and it's the power dynamic is shifted, and I think that's really cool and clever. And I like how as he's doing these things, he keeps looking over to Tila and Duncan, kind of like, are you guys seeing this? Are you seeing what I'm doing? Like, this is really cool. This is great. And they're finally getting that moment of hope that they've been missing for 15 years, under Skeletor's control. I do think that seems really important to the movie, and I think it's really good. And then from there on out, I think any moment where He-Man's on screen is just really great. I like the chase scene with the sky sled. Even the quiet moments, where He-Man and Teela are talking in the forest, and he lifts up the Talon fighter. Those are all really good moments, all the way up until his final fight with Skeletor. It's fantastic. I thought they did a really good job.
I'll add that I really liked Man at Arms. Like, he had a lot of character development. Like, he went through a journey, and then he, like, is basically he fell down, and you saw him kind of get redeemed. I like the way they did him.
I do too. And I was talking with someone the other day, and they were kind of asking, with Duncan's, kind of redemption arc, kind of when is the moment that he kind of wakes up, kind of comes out of his drunken stupor to kind of like become who he once was again. And I think it's when he finally realizes that at that first transformation, when he sees that He-Man is there, and he sees that now they have a weapon to put them back on top, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of the moment he kind of starts, he kind of starts to wake up, because then after that we get him, putting on his old armor and shaving and all of that. But it's also, a lot of it is also him accepting and realizing the effect that it's had on his daughter, how she's kind of had to carry him and make excuses for him all these years. And I think he kind of finally wakes up to seeing how just exhausted she is by it. And I think it's really,
that's very evident. You can see that.
Yeah.
From the way, how Tila, how she makes excuses, but she also called him out on his BS too, which is kind of what you want to see in somebody like that.
Yeah. Well, and I like that she kept his gear for all of those years. I think that's really a special moment. And I think that's when he realizes that she's still holding on to that hope. I think it's really powerful.
Sure. You guys, was there any character in the movie that you didn't like? You didn't like their portrayal, you didn't like their screen time, you didn't like their story arc. Is there anybody you didn't like?
I was really disappointed with Moss Man. And I know there's cut footage out there, but what we have on screen, we don't see him do anything, and then he dies.
Right.
He doesn't even like he doesn't even get a moment to like showcase who he is or what he's capable of as one of the heroic warriors.
Right.
He just shows up and then dies in the next scene. So I was disappointed by that. I felt like I would have rather had Beastman on screen more than Goatman.
Yeah.
I thought that was an interesting choice. I liked Goatman. I thought he did fine, but of the two, I think it would have been more fun to see Beastman kind of doing some of those things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I think that's about it for me.
What about you, Adam?
I don't like saying this because I like Alison Brie a lot. Like, I'm a big fan of Community, but I thought like the way she voiced Evelyn, it sounded a little bit too like she was just kind of being a little sarcastic with it. Like, she wasn't quite getting into the role. It was a little too light the way she played it. I thought she could have had a little bit more of menace in the way that she voiced the role.
Right.
And I know she's a really good actor.
Yeah. It kind of felt like it felt like she was more cutesy with the way she
Yeah,
portrayed
exactly.
Evelyn, as opposed to kind
Yeah,
of being more, not that she has to be a like this sexy seductress or anything like that, but that's kind of who Evelyn is. She's kind of, it's like she knows more than she's letting on, and you never really get a sense of
right.
that.
Right.
Yeah, and like she's I mean, some of it's interesting, like the dynamic between her and Skeletor. She's kind of like abused by him, and in a way likes it, but in a way doesn't, is scared of him
Hmm.
too. But I would have liked to have seen more of like more of a presence from her, like what's her agenda other than just surviving and staying in good graces with Skeletor, like a little bit more from her.
Yeah,
Well,
because she's a clever character. She's smart, and
yeah.
you
Yeah,
get the sense that she has multiple cards up her sleeve, and she's got plans beyond Skeletor.
I
And
think you
right,
hit the nail on the head, though. I think you want to make Foster evil, and you want that menacing.
yeah, yeah.
right. Yeah.
The character I didn't like was I liked the character. I just didn't like his role. Triclops, the same thing. Had no screen time. It was just
Mm.
Yeah.
he was perched up. He looked through his binocular twice or whatever twice, and his scope once, and there was nothing about Triclops. I really, to me the core characters as a kid in my brain at all times was Skeletor, Beastman, Merman, Trapjaw, and Triclops. So those were the big baddies.
Yeah,
And those are the guys I always the 4 or 5 I always grabbed every time I went to go play. So to see basically other than Merman in it, all of them in it but Merman, which I never even caught the Easter egg until I saw it online. I didn't see it when I was watching the Orko scene, but you're trying to take it all in.
yeah,
Um, I just felt like Triclops could have had such a cool role. I mean, he's a cool character. I mean, they could have really done something neat with that. The toy comes with a green sword. Fisto has his purple sword. There could have been some kind of clash there. There could have been something. I don't know.
yeah. I really wish we could have got just a quick close up of him with his visor, spinning and
Yeah,
Yeah, and
alternating
then
through his eyes.
maybe a couple of lines, just give him a little bit
Yeah,
more.
right.
yeah. He's just kind of there. I do like that we get like an optic blast from him.
Yeah.
Um, it's
Mhm.
during that fight scene, and He-Man basically grabs his head and deflects the blast into the ground. But I mean, we get it. We see that he has that capability at least.
Sure.
Yeah.
um, but yeah, another kind of inclusion, and I think it's there just for fan service, but I don't know if it would have been better served to not have it, is Karg being in the movie.
Mm,
Right.
Um, I mean, he's just another body for He-Man to beat up, which is fine,
right.
but there's already so many characters. I don't know if we needed kind of those fan service characters just thrown in there.
But
It's
the
like I
other
like
fan
it, but
service was
it's
Big
like
Boy.
I don't know. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I like it, but then I also like I don't know. I'm on the fence about a couple of those things. I don't know how to
Well,
feel.
early on, they were planning to have Slush Head in there, so I guess they could have had him
Yeah,
in the
and
background.
that would have been interesting too, because he's New Adventures, right?
Yeah, yeah,
That would have been really interesting to see what he, and it was a whole race of like those kind of creatures, right?
yeah,
Based on the
yeah.
concepts.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to know sort of like what was the story, like how did he fit into this world?
Yeah, that would have been cool because he's such a cool looking character.
Bloodshed is
Yeah.
cool looking. Is there any characters that you are disappointed besides Merman? I think everybody wanted Merman. Is there anybody else that you are disappointed they didn't make a showing?
I always want Rio Blast to show up, but I know he's I think he's probably bottom of the barrel when it comes to getting characters into
Right.
this because he's so late in the toy line and he was never in the
Mm.
cartoon. Um, I've got a fly bugging me. Sorry.
Period.
Uh, that
I
would be
think
mine just because he's one of my favorites.
like Whiplash and Webstor would have been good villains to have in Snake Mountain. Manny Faces would have been cool to include. Zodak would have been cool.
I
Although,
think Zodak's my guy that I would want to see.
yeah,
He does get name dropped. We hear his name,
he does.
but
Yeah,
so we know he exists.
thank Zodak.
Yeah.
What?
I thought that was interesting too, because that makes me wonder about like the cosmology of what's going on. Because usually that makes him sound, the way she says it, it makes him sound like a deity of some sort.
Right.
Mhm.
Where that would usually like I think in other like comics and stuff, they usually say like by Zor,
Right. Yeah.
So I thought that
Or
was
by the
kind of an
elders or
interesting.
something.
Yeah, yeah. So just one of those curious little things. Sorry, I interrupted you, Ben. Go ahead.
No, 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 not by no. That's fine. What was your guys' take? I mean, my initial response was I'm sitting with my wife and I'm like, oh man, I'm all excited. They go in, they break through the wall. I forget, it might have been right after the prison scene, and oh, what's that terrible smell? I'm
Yeah,
thinking
yeah.
Stinkor right out the gate.
I and I see a lot of people making that comment, and that I mean that was my initial thought too.
Mm-hmm.
Because the way it's played, it like they're choking. Some of them are even like kind of vomiting a little bit. It seems like it's something more than dust,
Right.
but then it's just dust. So I
I
don't.
don't know. I think there's still
Uh,
something hidden there.
Yeah, yeah. It's interesting. Because yeah, when I first saw that and I saw him start choking and stuff, I was like, oh, Stinkor's here.
Right. Yeah. I really thought that's. I'm sitting with my wife. I'm like, yeah. He said, oh man, that's Stinkor. And I was like, we had Mossman. Makes sense if Stinkor's going to be in there. To me, that was always their counterpart, their yin and yang. You know, the
Yeah,
patchouli
yeah.
and then the pine
Totally.
smell.
yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. I'm trying to think. Another little thing that I was a little disappointed in was Gygor, just because we saw him in those early brick sets, and then
Yeah.
he just turned out to be a quick, you know, piece of taxidermy in Snake Mountain.
But is
I was
that
kind of
a
hoping.
species or is he an individual? Is he doing
Yeah,
all
I'm
the
not
design?
sure. I'm not sure. I would assume it's a
Because
species.
I would think it's a species too. I mean, I don't know what you would call him. I guess kind of a gorilla or whatever. But I would think that I saw that too. There's a bunch of stuff in Skeletor's Snake Mountain head. The snake. There's all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff. There's a dragon or the dragon guy
Yeah.
Drago, maybe possibly.
Dragon
Uh,
Man. Yeah.
yeah, or
Dragoman.
Drago Man. That's his name. You had what else did you have? There was a big skull. There was another big skull. I can't remember what it was.
Is there a griffin skull like the 2000X kind of griffins?
It
Is
might have
that
been
is that
that.
something that's in there? I need to go back and
Maybe.
watch, but I feel like I saw something like that.
They flash to it in 3 seconds. You're trying to take it all in 3 seconds, but you're talking 12 frames of film, and there's something there. There's a couple skulls there. He has a museum of or a trophy room, if you will.
Right, right.
And those are his. He's like the taxidermy. Maybe it's Gygor, maybe it's just Gygor's cousin Bob. I mean, I don't know, but I mean, we all
One
know what it is, though.
along those kind of now that we're talking about kind of Easter eggs and little things, I really like in the beginning when they're in the royal palace. It's during the first fight between Trap Jaw and Man at Arms. You see the stone work on the archways, and there's a stone head of the sorceress on those archways,
Yeah,
which
that's
I
right.
thought was really cool. But it looks different than how she looks in the movie. It looks more filmation inspired.
Mm.
Um,
Mhm.
I thought that was kind of cool. I like that.
My favorite Easter egg in the whole movie was the credits when you saw Gwildor playing with the white basically was a Marilyn Monroe glasses on, like he
Yeah,
has in the like in the '87 movie.
yeah.
So to me,
When he's disguised.
yeah, when he's disguised and he's wearing the wig and the whole in the hat and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah,
Uh, I love that. That was to me was just a cool little nod, just a little nostalgia. It was like the Dolph scene. It was just cool, good journey. It was just a cool
yeah.
little quip that's like if you know, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
I liked a lot of the stuff that they did with the credits. Like we see Tila with the unicorn, referencing her charger
Yeah,
steed. Um, I like just all the little things of them kind of rebuilding Eternia. Like Man at Arms is using his mace as a hammer to hammer nails. You've got
right.
that scene of He-Man holding up the entire scaffolding with one hand with everybody on it. And then just kind of little cute little things like that I thought were fun.
Sure.
Well,
So
should we move to San Diego, or do
yeah,
we have more to talk about?
I think that about covers it all.
Yeah, we nailed it.
Yeah. So in general, I think we all like the movie, and
I'm hoping for a sequel. I'm hoping for a couple
I'm
sequels,
so
to be honest with you.
yeah, I'd be happy seeing more of this, director, see what else he's got. So, but yeah, let's
Well,
move on.
let's rock on to some toys.
I will throw these things up. So we're gonna start with the one that everybody's been waiting for, and it's Too Bad.
Do
They finally did
the
it. I love what's so funny about this is I saw your post um on Facebook, Adam, about how it was another year without a Too Bad reveal, and then like
I
within like
know.
5 hours they revealed Too Bad. That made me chuckle.
I
But was that, Adam? Was that at San Diego or was that in Europe? Because
This
who
was
that
San
was
made
at
that
San
Diego.
go?
Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, it was. Okay,
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
during the design panel on the third, I think the third day of the convention.
gotcha.
So,
Yeah.
uh,
Every time I post something about a new reveal over the last couple of years, people are like, "Where's Too Bad? Where's Too Bad? Where's Too
yeah,
Bad?"
yeah, yeah. I mean, this is one that people have been clamoring for, especially since it was 2 years ago when they did the cartoon collection. Too Bad, and
Yeah,
people were asking
Yeah.
for the vintage style. So, yeah, they're finally doing it, which is cool.
I love it. I think it's great.
And kind of in the same vein, it was cool to see Laserlight because we already have Laser He-Man, so now we get his counterpart.
Yeah.
And he
That's
looks
great
cool.
too.
I like it.
He does look great.
Yeah.
I
It
was
looked
really
like
hoping
they
for a two
invested
cat
in
on that.
like a what?
I was just saying I was really hoping for a 2-pack with the laser lights for both of them, but I mean I'm
Oh
glad we're getting
yeah.
Skelly though.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
But yeah, they it looks like they did him right, like all new tooling for him. So that's great.
yeah. I like his head. I like how still it's not just like the standard Skeletor head. It because the laser light Skeletor, the vintage one, it always looked oddly like warped or something, and it always
Mhm.
creeped me out a little
Yeah.
bit as a kid. When I would see, well, I guess not as a kid because I
Let me
didn't
s-
really know about him until much later,
yeah.
but I
Almost
like that
like
they
an
kind of kept
alien
that.
skull or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It has
Mhm.
an odd shape to it. It's not just a skull.
Yeah.
It's alien. I like that. That's a good descriptor. So from there, this is the Snake Mountain sketch. Is that right?
Yeah, that's the just the line art for the new Snake Mountain, which
And
I
from what,
initially didn't catch that it was a new set, but yeah, apparently it is.
yeah, and I guess this is coming with a light up lava falls. Is that correct? Is that what they said?
Well, it's a translucent lava falls, and they said it
Okay,
doesn't come with like lights, but if you get one of those cheap little LED,
you
little
can make
candle
it do
light or
that.
whatever, you can, make it look like it's lit up.
That's pretty cool. And from what I understand, it's the same Snake Mountain playset they've already released, correct? Just with a few
I think
extra,
so, yeah.
kind of the same thing
Yeah,
that they did with the Castle Grayskull
Right.
re-release.
right, yeah. Just
Okay,
re-release it with a few extras and mostly the same though.
yeah, yeah. So pretty cool. Uh, this is fun. I'm glad we're getting more movie Chronicles figures, and I think she looks really good.
Yeah.
And I like that she gets her Zor form as well.
Hmm.
There's another one of it.
And
So
this is Chronicles. Is that what this is?
yes, yeah, this is
Yep.
Chronicles here. I'm not
Yeah, I like
sure.
that.
Can you guys? I was trying to figure this out the other day, but in this picture, you've got her like the accessories they show. They've got her alternate hands, and then these little wing things. Do we know what those are?
Yeah.
Are they like energy blasts or something? I can't tell what they are.
I
I can't
I think
either.
it's for Zor. So like I think you can take off the spread wings and make it so it's like the number
Oh, so they're
50.
like folded. Okay, I that
Yeah,
makes sense. I see it now. Okay, I was really confused.
yeah,
This one I was excited about.
yeah.
Um,
That one's cool too.
I it's like the third Man at Arms figure we'll get for the core line. Because we've already got the carded figure and we got the one in the first 4-pack that came with Goatman. Uh,
Yeah,
but everything else looks new. I like I think even Roboto looks great with the classic colors. But I'm mainly
Yeah,
excited for Adam and Tila. I think they look awesome.
yeah,
Yeah, they do.
yeah. They look great.
I do hope we get this version of Adam and Tila for Chronicles as well at some point.
Yeah, that would be
I think
cool.
I think we will. I think we will. But
So this Man at Arms also has a lot more orange gold compared to his rusted out, kind
yeah,
of dull out colored.
yeah.
It's
And
definitely more
well, I mean,
classic colors.
and the one that they released already is still pretty orange.
Oh yeah, I guess that
I think
is.
the Chronicles one is very muted. It's kind of more of a rusty.
But the Coraline Kids line one is
But
more
yeah, the
orange.
core line. Yeah, you see the Chronicles one here. It's a little bit more faded.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I think they all look pretty great. I'm excited for it.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about these. These are interesting. So, from what we
Yeah.
understand, based kind of on Pixel Dan's walkthrough and talking with Damon from Mattel, this is a reboot of the Origins line. Is that correct? Is that what they're doing?
Sort of. Or like a refresh, or
Yeah,
I think they didn't have a specific like because Pixel Dan asked like, okay, what are we calling this? I, I don't think he had. I don't as I recall, he didn't have like a new name for it.
yeah, it didn't
But they
seem like
were
it.
refreshing older characters for people who are just getting into the line again, so they're making kind of alternative versions of them.
Yeah. So there's a few things I like about this. I like the new packaging. I think that looks great. I like that it comes with the Build-A-Figure parts. That's always fun. I really like this Man at Arms because I like his weapons that are translucent, but I also like that he has kind of the battle damage, the battle armor
Right.
mechanism. I think that's interesting. That's pretty cool.
Is it functional? That's the question.
It looks like it is. It looks like that thing rotates. It looks like a
Yeah.
separate piece in there. So I would assume it
Yeah.
does. And then what's the difference on this one, Adam? Is it a wider
So this
chest
one,
symbol?
yeah, it looks like just the wider window. So before they were very narrow because of the way the arms attach. So they must have figured out a different way for the arms to attach and still have the wider drum that rotates in the chest.
Okay. Yeah, this is one of the ones where I was like, it's cool. I just don't know if I need another battle
Well, and
armor.
it's the third version because we have the
The back
we have
metal.
the one that's on the card, but we have the one with the battle cat damage or damaged battle cat.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
he's got the shiny
And
metallic
then
armor with
it's
the back
more,
metal
yeah,
symbol.
it's that metallic finish,
Yeah.
vacuum metallic or whatever they call that.
And it's one of those things where I say I don't need it, but I'll probably get it if I see it on the shelf
Right.
because I can't help myself. These are fun. I like all these. Kind
Yeah.
of the more. I'll let you explain these, Adam. You know more about the differences
Yeah.
that
So
people are
these are
going for.
they're basically the coloring is based on the card back art, like the old 8 backs and the 12 backs, the cross cell artwork. So this is it looks like it's the original Many Faces. It's just got the better, the cross cell art colors, which is nicer because the original one was kind of yellowy, like he had a
Yeah,
strange yellow skin. And then Faker, his cross cell, he had more of like a ish armor and orange hair, so that's what you've got here. And then I guess they've thrown in the belt for fun because he didn't have that in the cross cell.
that's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think those look
And
pretty
is
good.
that, can you go back 1 second, Colt? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Hey, Adam, is that, and I can't see, my eyes are so bad on this small screen, but is that Skeletor's chest armor or is that He-Man? Uh, is it still with the cross or what is that?
it's the
It's
crossbow,
Skeletor's chest armor,
Skeletor,
It
the
is. Okay.
crossbow.
Sorry.
and belt. The belt is also Skeletor's.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
My bad.
All right.
So these are ones that I've wanted a long time, but I'm a little because they've redone them for the cross cell art style, which means differently shaped fins on the forearms for Skeletor. It means the wider belt. It means more pointy, like the three-toed pointy feet. But they didn't give him bare feet, and they gave him the open
Yeah,
mouth. So like he's so close, the Skeletor. And then
but not
Merman,
quite.
right? Merman, they've given I think he has got like the four fingers as opposed to five this time, but they're
Okay.
green for some reason. They're supposed to be gloves, like yellow gloves. I don't know why they did that. So they're close
Yeah.
to the cross, but they're not quite there.
Interesting. I wonder if that'll change because these are obviously early figures. I
Yeah,
wonder if they'll fine
I
tune
hope
it a little
so.
bit. Yeah, me too. There's
Yeah,
time.
'cause I saw the blue feet too. It's like they were supposed to. It's like, oh yeah, those are supposed to be blue, not purple.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Because they
he's
just like,
supposed to be
yeah.
barefoot. I do like the pointy toes, though. I think that's. Do we have that on any of the Skeletors that we currently have? I mean, is there one that has it?
I think didn't
Not
those
that
show up on
extreme.
the cartoon collection, or is
Yeah.
this different?
Well, I'm looking across my room, the Stranger Things 2-pack Skeletor.
Hmm.
He's got the three toes, but they're still the purple feet.
Mm.
But they're not as like I'm trying to think of how to explain it. The ones that we see in the picture here, the toes are like the space between the toes are deeper,
Hmm.
whereas
Oh,
the
sure.
toys that we have are kind of more almost like they almost look like webbed feet almost.
Okay.
Does that make
Yeah, like
sense?
duck feet.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, duck feet. Yeah.
So Mattel, here's your model. Just copy this one in Origin style, and you'll got it.
Exactly. It'll be perfect. All right, these are fun. These are the build a figure. I know the Shadow Beast is the Masks of Power demon that's also a build a figure,
Hmm.
correct?
Yep.
Yeah, these are
So, what
cool.
are we getting? 4 or 5 pieces? Is it 2 legs, 2 arms, and a chest and head, or what is?
I think five.
I don't
I think
know.
that's what it, but I'm not sure.
Probably,
Wait, let's
yeah.
go back. I
Man of
wonder if
every
it.
single leg.
Let's see here.
Yeah, he's got the Shadow Beast leg there.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if we can. Yeah, I can't tell. It doesn't say how many parts.
Yeah, probably five. Is that what they did with like Slaker and the Turtles line?
Yeah, yeah, it was five.
I
The
think it's
yeah with
5 for the metal robot, turtle bot, or whatever.
Or
yeah
Turtle
yeah
Ball. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Roboto metalhead.
Metal. It was Metalhead. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I wonder, are they going to do the other Mask of Power creature, the little wolf or fox or whatever he is?
I assume so.
Oh,
I don't know why they wouldn't.
apparently he's the other one's on the box art for Snake Mountain, so presumably they'll get to him.
Yeah,
But I
I
think
don't
we need
know.
the little versions of them too. I mean, I would like to see
Yeah.
if the green one, I don't know if they have names or not, but the green one and the red one, if they come in their own boxes, I'd like to see a miniature version of them before, or even having like an accessory of the mask. I think it
Yeah,
would be a really cool piece as like a kind of like the cartoon stuff that was doing different elements from the cartoons, the
mhm,
mirror and the what have you. Skeletor had some sort of mask, and there was all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
I think that would be a really cool thing to throw in the box with it as a nostalgia piece.
yeah. I
Yeah.
agree. That'd be fun. But I assume they've got plans to do the other demon. I don't know
Right.
why they'd give us one without the other.
Well, yeah, that's true. I don't know if I like Stratus. I don't. Is that the cross cell colors? Adam.
Yeah, that's cross cell, and he's got the strap, the cross cell, which had the went in like a
Yeah,
V shape. Um,
yeah.
So the armor's different.
so that yeah, it's a pretty good replica of the cross cell art.
It looks better than the comic Stratos, the naked Stratos.
Yeah, Party Stratus.
Yeah, Party Boy Stratos. And then Beastman always looks great. It's hard to
Yeah,
mess
he's
with
killer.
Beastman.
I like the whip too. It's a kind of a little bit different style than we're used to, but I love the design of it.
Yeah, the handle's a lot bigger than what we're used to.
That's exactly right. Yeah. No, what is the blue? Is it a sticker? Because that's what I've seen on some images.
Yeah, some kind of
Uh,
sticker or painted on or something. Because they're using there was a Masters of the WWE figure who had this armor and it was flat when he and I forget why, but this is basically it's the classics Beastman armor that they adapted for Masters of the WWE but they flattened that section which used to be sculpted. So it looks like they've just put this design on there instead of the sculpted bits.
Okay.
Interesting.
The armor on the shoulder pads looks deeper and more hooky, more kind of more rough, I guess you should say. Not rough, but like evil.
More
Yeah.
pronounced.
Or yeah, pronounced, that's a better word, yeah.
Yeah, it looks great. I like it. Okay, we've got Faker Tila, which I think is great. Anytime they can get more Tila into these lines, I'm happy. And then I think the biggest difference with He-Man is the chest symbol.
Is the sword different? Is that the
It's the
sword looks
it's the Alcala sword that came. I think
did
it's the
that come with
same.
the first run?
Yeah,
Okay.
Well,
it
the
looks like
first,
a full
yeah,
sword. It looks like a full sword, not the half sword.
yeah, they've put out both before, half and full.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the guy said like this. I forget how he said it, but basically this is his symbol that we're using, and you'll see it on all of our products. So it sounds like they're emphasizing this H symbol.
Okay, so they're
I don't
finally.
know if that's permanent or if they're just something they're doing for a while. I don't know.
It,
Was it you, Adam, online that said it was the HM symbol?
yeah,
Yeah, well, that's how I interpret it because it looks like an H combined with an M because there's that
I
center section that dips.
I never noticed that until I read that. When you said that, I was like, "Oh man, it's plain as day," and I'll never forget that. Now that's what I call it now, is the HM.
Yeah, yeah.
I like it. I think it's a good symbol.
Yeah.
And I've got, I think it's one of those things where we've got plenty of He-Mans by now that have the cross armor.
Right.
I mean, Origins alone, we've got what, four different ones
The four
from
or
the
five,
different,
Yeah.
yeah.
yeah, from the different
So
releases. So
you
I think we're good.
Plus,
We're
yeah, you
fine.
could put that strap on this guy and get your vintage He-Man with the red boots and everything.
Yeah. I wonder, I hope Tila has like a little sticker like Faker does, like the
Oh yeah.
robot parts,
That'd be
that you can see. That'd be fun.
right.
that would be
Yeah, that'd
cool.
be
I would
cool.
like to see Tila in a different color armor though, because we get Baker in the orange,
I think
or
the magenta armor would look really cool with Tila.
yeah,
Like,
real dark, or
Yeah.
even a couple completely different. I mean, I've been okay with even like a purple or something,
yeah,
but it's totally
Oh,
cool
they
character.
should
I
have given
wonder.
her like they could have given her like Evelyn's staff too, just to
that would have been cool. Yeah.
because Baker's got Skeletor stuff, so she should have
Hmm.
like an Evelyn, something from Evelyn.
Yeah, like the wand staff. That'd be cool.
That would have been
Yeah.
cool.
Now that I'm looking at it, because I'm looking at the new Eternia Faker that they released, and he comes in that pink magenta armor that looks really good. I think that would look
Hmm.
great on her if the
Hmm.
armor
Yeah.
was that color.
Yeah, for sure.
Does the headpiece look a little different? It doesn't quite look like a snake to me. It looks a
Yeah,
little
it looks more
like a frog or something.
wondering I'm wondering if
It
they
does
might
look
be
like a
going for the
frog.
cross sell as well. It could be the cross sell art design or their interpretation of it, which could mean that they're going to do a cross sell Tila as well because if they've got the new part for it,
Yeah,
then
that's
they
true.
might do that with her.
Yeah,
It does look like the cross cell now that you say that, because the eyes are wider, or it's
yeah.
the head shape is slightly different. It
Yeah.
looks more bug eyed.
I think that's what it is. I think
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, cool. These guys look great.
Yep. I like the updated face paint on Trapjaw. It looks much better with the eyebrows, I think.
Yeah,
Hmm.
And then you've got your cross cell Zodak, which is pretty good. Although you should have like a pure white belt. It shouldn't be like a cream
got
color.
yellow. Yeah,
Yeah.
And was his boots white on the cross cell?
They were light, a really light gray.
Okay, my phone looks like they're white on my phone, but yeah, okay. Um,
Yeah.
what's the one that came with it? Is he in red boots?
No, the
Like
one that
shoe toe boots?
no in like normal like toy version of Zodak, he had dark gray boots, but they were like the Skeletor boots with the scales on them. So these are more
okay,
like the smoother with the double points at the end.
Okay, I like him though.
nice. Yeah, he looks good. Okay,
So
and
there's
then
that.
these
Cool.
are this the box art, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So great as always. I assume this looks like Axel's art to me.
Yep. It's Axel.
Cool. Love it. Love this figure. I think this is probably my
Yeah.
favorite reveal that they did. I think this looks amazing.
Is this Mondo?
No, this is Chronicles.
Oh, this is wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is moving beyond the movie to where the kind of like what we got with King Grayskull and Scareglow. We're
Mhm.
getting more kind of reinterpretations of these characters.
Right.
And I think she looks great.
And
Yeah, it just looks cool.
I assume this is like all of these are, I guess, are Bart's ears, right? Like designing.
That's what I understand
Yeah.
based on his post the other day. That
Yeah.
seems to be what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think this was
really like it.
definitely my favorite.
Yeah, she looks great.
Yeah, I like. He's really cool.
And I wonder, it looks like the shoulder pauldron, it looks like that's removable. I wonder if the leg armor here is removable as well. So you can kind of display her with both legs bare, kind of more of a classic look for her.
It'd be interesting if you could do that. That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But even if you can't, I think she looks great. Okay. We get Mechanic revealed for the movie line.
He's
His
just
neck
She's
looks
got the bendy necks.
yeah, that's what's cool about it. It's not
Yeah.
because all the Mechanics they've done so far in both like Masterverse and Origins have been little segment pieces that clip on
yeah.
together.
Yep.
This one looks really cool. I like it.
I wonder if they display it in the box like that, or does it shrink down inside? I mean, is it just one big piece?
I don't know.
It's
I'm
it's
sure it's an action piece.
yeah, well, it's one piece, but there's a shorter one you could also use, or it could just have the neck or the head straight down on the bottom.
Right.
So so the head sticks off, and then just different size pieces.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
I thought it was
Yeah.
gonna have to be like two packages tall to get the one in the house.
It's a big deluxe package.
And I guess
This does
Fisto is
great.
new too.
His hand looks different
Yeah.
colored.
Almost looks blue.
Yeah, they made it blue, and they also gave him some articulation in the fingers on the glove there.
Okay, that's new.
I think because the one that came out in the 2-pack, whoops, I just threw it on the floor. The one that came in the 2-pack with Ram Man, he came with two different fists, and one of them was an open hand. And I think
Right.
it's the same. Is this articulated fully? Did they show that off at all?
They said it was articulated like this, like two fingers can bend, but it's not like all fingers can bend. It's like two are
Okay,
stuck together.
gotcha.
So you could kind of do something like that.
Kind of move it around a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, pretty cool. What do you guys think of these? I think these are the ones, at least the merman. I think he looks more like an army builder than
Mhm.
actual merman. I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping for a little more.
I
Yeah,
like.
these I would use as army builders, not as the actual clawful merman.
Yeah.
I do like Clawful though. He's kind of cool. He's a little bit different looking. I take him more than Merman. I would take Clawful over Merman as a just standard character. You're right.
I
Merman's
agree
an
with
army
that.
builder.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like Clawful better of the two, but I think they both look army builder to me.
And forgive me, are these also Chronicles?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
I do like that merman, like around his belt here, he kind of has like that translucent seaweed
Yeah.
stuff
That's
for
cool.
like a loincloth. I think that's cool looking. Anytime they do translucent stuff, I like. And then we get Goatman for
There you go.
Chronicles.
Mhm.
This looks great. I wasn't
And what is this? Is
expecting.
this a particular model of him, or what are we looking at here? I know it's He-Man, but
So it's a new
It's called,
Chronicles.
yeah, Flight Armor He-Man. So he doesn't come with the sky sled, but he kind of goes with it thematically.
Yeah.
Okay.
The idea is that he's in like a flight suit to pilot the sky sled.
Okay. I do like the helmet.
I like the helmet. I really like the head sculpt too. I think Massverse gave us a lot of really ugly He-Man head sculpts. I'm glad we're finally getting one that looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
And there he is with the helmet. And yeah, that looks fun. Panther looks great.
Painful.
And
Yeah, he's great.
it looks like there's some soft goods for like the fur under the saddle.
Yeah,
It does look good. I love this. This thing is smoking cool.
Yeah. It looks really good. And the sky sled. This thing's cool looking.
Uh-huh.
Now from what I understand, those wings they fold in and out, correct? They're
right.
articulated.
Yeah, that like the two photos are I thought as far in and out as you can fold them in those two
Okay.
photos.
Nice.
So they don't go all the way in, but they
That's
go
pretty
more
close.
in. Yeah.
That's pretty cool looking. I like it a lot. This would have been a cool design for the movie, for the sky sled,
Mhm.
because it
Yeah, way
looks
better.
more like a sky sled. Yeah. Not just a jet ski. Okay, and then these are the ones I know for sure that Bart Sears is working on.
Right.
Man at Arms looks cool. Definitely kind of a Mondo 2000X inspiration, it
Uh-huh.
looks like to me. With those heavier armor pieces on his arm and leg.
And what are
So
these supposed to be?
these are Chronicles figures.
Okay.
And then here we see some early box art samples with the prototypes, kind of how they fit in the boxes. Do we know who does the art for these? Did they say?
It might be it's not like a new person. I forget. It's one of the regulars
It's
for the
either,
like who
if I had to guess, I'd say it's either the Fetch,
it
Francisco,
might be
or
Fetch, yeah.
or Simon. It might be Simon Eckert.
Oh, could be him
It
too.
kind of
I'm
looks
not sure.
it kind
I
of
don't
looks like it
remember.
kind of looks like his style too.
Yeah,
Either way, I like it.
yeah, yeah. They look good.
There's some more art of the Sky Sled.
Yeah, and there's
I
the
think
one that
yeah, through 2027. So we're also getting a movie Spy Core.
yep.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Beastman was on here as well. Is he later in the slides?
You know, I don't know. I may have forgotten to put him. I hope I
We
didn't.
we are, yeah, because we are getting Beastman from the
You're getting
movie for
decent.
Chronicles, and he looks cool.
He looks, and I know that picture's hard to see, but he kind of looks like he's more of a red color. Or is that, I'm sorry, is that
That's
Clawful?
Clawful. Yeah, that's
Oh,
Clawful
That's
at the top.
awful.
sorry.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot to put Beastman in there.
That's all
That's
right.
okay. That's okay. And that now we get into the Mondo figures, and this is the full scale Mondo, the big
Yep.
ones. So yeah, we've got King Hiss. I like his samurai style armor. I think that looks really cool.
Mm-hmm.
The snake body looks amazing. It's so creepy looking, all the coils around the torso.
Yeah.
Creeps me out. I love it. And then Cobra Khan.
Yeah.
I like him. He's cool.
Yeah, he looks cool. And I like that he's eating Modi.
Yeah,
That's
that
fun.
was, and I like that's real tiny too, because when you posted that in our group chat the other day, I was like, "What are you talking about? I didn't see any Modi, and I didn't see this picture." And I was like, "Oh, there it is. Never mind, I found it." But it's cool because the Modi in the attorney, I know he's big.
Yeah,
Uh,
he's a good size.
I like that he's like rat sized in this, and he's just a snack.
Yeah, he's a baby. And then these are the 12-inch Mondo figures for the 2000X line. And we've got fire armor.
Or the 1/12 scale.
Yes.
So
yeah.
like 7-inch or so.
Yeah. So yeah, we've got fire armor Skeletor
and
ice armor He-Man. And I think they both look really good.
All right, I've never had a Mondo. Are they articulated or are they just statues?
No, they're very articulated. I've got
Yeah.
let me grab the I've got the 2000X He-Man here. So they've got the two scales. They've got the 1/6 scale, which are the bigger ones, and those are articulated really well and really cool. I've got a few of those on my shelf. But then they've got the new 2000X. Sorry, there we go.
They're good.
But yeah,
That's cool.
they're all articulated and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, they're
I've
really
never
cool.
had one, so I wasn't sure on that.
And Skeletor should be here tomorrow. I got the shipping notice,
Nice. Congrats.
so that'll be fun.
And the Mondo guy said that these would be like available at PowerCon, but we're not sure exactly, are they exclusive to Power or not Power, Motu Fest PowerCon.
Yeah,
But I don't know if they're exclusive to that or if they'll just have some
or just
available
be
there.
available. Okay, because
Yeah.
as far as we know, the only exclusive is the Anti-Eternia He-Man. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. That's the only confirmed one that we know of.
And who's that? Who's doing that one?
Mondo. So it's
Okay,
basically this
Mondo.
figure. Yeah, so it's basically this figure, but
Yep.
Anti-Eternia.
Gotcha.
And then 2000X Merman, who looks awesome as always.
Is it Origins or also
No,
Mondo?
this is also Mondo.
Mondo.
Yeah, that's he's really cool. I like him a lot.
Yeah, he looks great. Are you going to pick this one up, Adam?
I might. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, we prefer him to the actual one they did in 2000X, just because they've got the colors like how the Four Horsemen wanted to do them.
Yeah. And then this is back to the 1/6 scale figures
Yep.
for Mondo. These are just the mock-ups of what they have planned. So we've got the Sorceress, which looks really good. She's got a lot of alternate heads.
Yeah,
I think
she
that's
does.
the most. If she releases with all these, that'll be the figure with the most heads, because they usually only come with 2 or 3.
It looks. I like the Zord that it comes with
Yeah, that looks really good.
on the perch. I think that's cool.
And then what's this little guy here? I don't recognize this guy.
The little blue guy at the
Little
bottom.
duck guy.
Yeah,
I
what's he
think that
from?
is actually.
It's got to be
I
from
don't
one of the
know.
cartoons.
Is it Howard the Duck?
Yeah, I bet. Could be.
Well, it looks like a
Duck is-
Godzilla duck or something. Yeah,
It does. It's
Yeah.
it's got like a dinosaur tail. And then Stratos, they've got him coming,
He looks cool.
and Trapjaw, he looks great.
yeah.
Now this is the 2000X Trapjaw, so this is the smaller size
Yep.
to go with that line. It's not the big, because they've already released a couple of big Trapjaws, I believe.
Yep.
And then another deluxe figure. So this is the counterpart to the deluxe He-Man we got a few months ago that had the King Grayskull armor.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we've got it looks like a new design for standard Skeletor, and then laser light Skeletor and Terror Claws Skeletor.
And if you buy that, you get all 3 sets of armor, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
So you just display the one you want to showcase the most.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they released. So a few months ago, like I said, they released the He-Man Deluxe, but that was 2.0 as well, and that was a new kind of standard looking He-Man, the King Grayskull armor pieces, and then it was laser light as well. Is that correct? Am I remembering right?
Yeah. Laser power. Yeah.
Laser power. The initial releases for He-Man and Skeletor, the deluxe ones, He-Man was standard He-Man, battle armor He-Man, and power punch He-Man, or fist, or what is it?
Flying
Fist of
Fist.
Fury? Flying Fist, thank you.
Yeah.
No, power punch.
It was Thunder Punch, I think, right?
Thunder punch. Thunder punch.
Oh, Thunder Punch and there's Flying Fist, Thunder Punch. I don't know which one. What's the
Yeah,
thing?
it was Thunder punch because you have the red armor with the flaming fist.
Gotcha.
And then Skeletor was standard Skeletor, battle armor Skeletor, and Dragon Blaster Skeletor for that
That's
first
cool.
release. and they're really cool. Those are the two I have. The He-Man and Skeletor I have are those two, and they're great.
What are the deluxe run? Typically, are they pretty pricey?
About 300,
Yeah.
somewhere around there. I had to do some finagling with my wife to convince her to let me get them. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it from Comic-Con. So I think we have a lot to look forward to. We
Mhm.
didn't see anything for Masterverse, and I know Pixel Dan asked about it, but it was a very non-committal answer that we got. It doesn't sound to me. It sounds like that line's done, but there's no
Yeah,
official confirmation yet, so
I,
we
I
can't
don't
say
think
for
we'll
sure.
ever. My thought is they won't ever. If it is done, I don't think it's done. I think they just want to sort of
They just
leave a
let
door open if for some reason they wanted to, but they probably won't.
yeah. I think they just waiting for everybody to forget about it, kind of a thing.
Was there
Yeah.
there was like two or three that were still planned, right? That they were kind of in the works of, or didn't we hear that rumor?
Well, there's the vintage collection Evelyn and Wondar that were supposed to be the Walmart exclusives, the Walmart Collector Con thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one where you pre-order and then it cancels for
Right.
you.
So you got to find it
Right.
in the wild.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
those are the last ones that I've heard of
Okay.
for
Yeah.
vintage.
So the only one that didn't come out was He-Man the only one that didn't have a classics or
He
classic
did,
vintage?
but he was released as 40th anniversary He-Man, which
Oh,
was
so it's the same character, just 40. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's the same it's a vintage style He-Man, but it had slightly different window box colors,
Right.
and he wasn't called Vintage Collection,
Okay, but
which
everybody else is, and they're just is it just the eight backs? Is that all it is?
I think so.
The eight
Except for
pack,
one
Yeah,
dark.
except for Wondar. Yeah,
Wondar and Evelyn, and did they do anything else from the second wave? Like I don't remember.
I can't
Well,
remember.
there's Merman,
Yeah, they
Beastman.
did one.
Man at
Was
Arms.
there Man at Arms? Yeah, and then there was a Tila, obviously.
There's
They
Skeletor,
did Zoda, right?
Zodak. Yeah.
Stratos.
Was there
Yep.
Stratos? Okay,
Yep. They did Stratos. So yeah, I
so
think
basically,
Evelyn and Wondar were the only.
there was a Faker too, wasn't there?
Yes, Faker.
Oh yeah, that's
Faker's
right.
cool.
That's right.
There was a Faker. So it was like mostly Wave One and like a couple of Wave Two,
Yeah, fan favorites
or
kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Wave fan favorites. Yeah,
So,
that's cool.
but yeah,
It's gonna be a fun year. I mean, and plus we got when is Too Bad coming out? Do we know? Any idea?
no, they didn't give any details.
So we know we got a lot of which we've talked about Cole over the last few months. We need to do a box art
We do. Yeah,
SOD
we need it.
podcast. We
I'd like.
where we can kind of showcase what's come and what has been, what we are anticipating. Have you guys? Did either one of you guys get the Fright? The slime pit. They're calling it the slime zone or something now. I forget what they're calling it.
I didn't pick that one up. It looks cool, but I didn't grab one.
There is some great box artwork. Can you guys hold on for 2 seconds? I'll go grab it.
Sure.
Yeah, give me 1 second.
I'll show what I picked up recently, which is the sketchbook
Yeah,
Skeletor. Yeah.
he's cool. I grabbed him. I found him the other day.
Yeah.
My how does your staff mechanism work? Does it work okay? Mine feels.
Yeah, it works okay. It took me a bit. There's instructions with it, so like once you pop it out, you're supposed to like twist it, and then it kind of it goes back in,
Yeah.
and that's how you kind of do it.
Okay. Because
Okay, so I'm gonna.
that's how mine works, but it almost feels like I'm gonna break it when I'm trying to pull it out. It feels like
Yeah, it does.
What character are you doing?
Oh, this is the sketchbook Skeletor, the Target exclusive.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen him yet. I finally found the Sketchman He-Man or the sketchbook
Yeah.
He-Man. So I'm gonna hold this up, guys. It's probably gonna be hard to see, but I don't know if you can. Let's see. I'm trying to get not a glare on this.
Oh, that's cool.
There we go.
Yeah, that looks great.
You'll see. You got Too Bad getting slimed. You got a slide over here. You got Skeletor. I think is that He-Man. I can't see it from the camera angle.
Beastman.
Or there's the Beastman, and then you're gonna have to kind of be my eyes
Oh,
for me.
you've got the concept versions. Okay, is that He-Man? Yeah, that's He-Man. And then you've got the concept versions of who's that? Octavia,
Yep, there's Octavia,
Mhm.
and
and then
then
the wit, the
And then
witch,
there's
the
like
witch character,
Witch. Yeah.
Mantenna. Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
now what's cool on the back, they got more characters. They're actually origins figures, and some of them are cartoon. But I'm getting a terrible glare, guys. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But we got Catra, we got some of the other characters. But let me show you my favorite character on this. This is cool as heck. First of all, we got a buzz off.
Nice. Slime
But
slimed
flying the
out.
buzz off. Yeah.
But this is my favorite. This is such a cool throwback, and I hope we get this.
Yeah, it's the robot, the evil robot.
Evil robot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun.
So this, if you guys don't know, there's a little history on that robot. Obviously, it was a concept character. There is, I have it somewhere. You guys have seen my mess downstairs. I have the Italian version. It was an Italian robot that they took the robot. Mattel basically relicensed it or snagged it or something, and they just basically did their own dinosaur head.
Okay.
So I have some original ones from the '80s that are these same robots, but they're Italian. So I always had a goal of maybe trying to, make one
Convert
myself,
it. Yeah, customize
convert
one.
it. But it's boxed, so I was like, it's kind of vintage, so I just never opened it.
That's
But it's
awesome.
cool though. It fits the theme, so it's one of those characters I always would love to see and have. I think it would be a fun one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
It's just a weird one, but that again, the box art's cool because they've showcased a lot of characters that have come to fruition.
yeah.
So that
Well,
makes me think that there's some thought process there. If they continue this line for another 4, 5, 6 years, there really could be another 30 or 40 really cool deep cut characters.
I think so too. And I think they've used, like you said, they've used the box art to tease upcoming figures that they want to get to. I
Well,
hope we
if
at
you
least
look,
I hope we
okay.
make it to the dinosaurs. That's what I would like to see.
I would love to see that too. Yeah, the turbodactyl and all that would be so cool.
Yeah.
If you remember on the what was it? Was it Fright? Was it the Fright Zone? That had what character we were just talking about it? Dang it, I just lost the name. Um, there was a couple. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Snake Mountain, or it might have been Eternia. You had the Gyro guys coming, Rotar and Twistoid. So we saw them. There was one that had the laser lights, so we know we're getting those. Uh, Obviously, we've seen Too Bad in multiple things. We're finally getting Too Bad. I really think that there's going to be some of the characters on the if you take the Advantage line, just the whole line from start to finish, plus the movie characters, I think you'll get them all. I really have. I think they've showcased Blade at one point too.
I think he showed up, yeah,
Maybe.
if I remember right.
Yeah.
And I would have to go dig and do all my stuff. I got some scanned, and I need to scan more. But I think it was on one of the more recent ones. Blade showed up on one of the boxes, and then the other one was the only one I haven't seen is Rod. I mean, I basically we've seen everyone. We've seen the Giants. We've seen everybody.
Yeah.
So except for Rod.
I don't know if we've seen Gwildor either, because they had a vintage Gwildor, right? Have we seen him in any of the box art?
I don't know. I think there was a Cosmic Key.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the Cosmic Key on one of the Mattel creations. I just don't remember which one it was.
Yeah, I can't remember.
But
yeah, I think that'll make a fun episode. I know we're trying to get Axel to join us for that one, so that's why we haven't.
100%. Yeah, we should absolutely do that. Is he the one that's done with all the artwork for the whole series of Origins?
Yeah, and he's open to joining us. It's just a matter of when
Timing.
he has time. So
yeah.
Well, he might be able to give us some insight on, are some of these just favored to the fans, or is there some truth behind any of these ones that we're seeing? Maybe he can tell us that.
Yeah, it'll be fun to pick his brain a little bit.
Sure.
Well, we are at an hour 20, so I think this is a good place to end things. I think we talked about everything we wanted to. Thanks again for joining me for another episode of the Spirit of Grayskull podcast. And thanks for, everybody who tuned in to watch us. And please go and support He-Man.org, as well as Battle Ram blog and Orko's Keep. So that's where these gentlemen are located and where they do great work. So,
and real quick, if you don't mind, Colt, I want to say to all the Orko's Keeps fans out there, I have been not posting for any batteries, and I'm working on a really kind of undercover project. So it's going to be more light coming soon. I just wanted to let you guys know I didn't forget about you.
Okay. So there you go. Official word. All right, guys. Let's call it a night, and we'll see you next time. Good journey.
Good journey.
Good journey.